This is Rob Tubber for Boxing Social in association with Pursue Fitness. I'm here with Shane McGUIGAN at the O2 Arena following Richard RIAKPORHE split decision win over Billam-SMITH. Shane, first and foremost, talk to me about the fight.
Oh, it was a bit of an annoying one. Do you know what I mean? The knockdown obviously swayed the fight, but you know, it's Chris's first time stepping up, and I think he held himself really well. He was blowing a little bit. He didn't quite know how to pace himself in there, and to be honest, I thought he won the fight, but people ringside, gave it the other way, so or thereabouts. It was a real, what you're looking for. Are you looking for the power, or are you looking for the inside work? And I think it was pretty untidy on the inside, and Chris was working a lot there, and he just looked a little bit tired. Do you know what I mean? But training went perfectly and stuff. It's just under the lights, that expectation on yourself, and he was trying to meet fire with fire all the time when he could have stepped off. But this is boxing. This is a little learning curve for him, and he can come back. He knows that he's at that level. Look, at the end of the day, RIAKPORHE is one of the most feared blokes out there. Do you know what I mean? Like people don't want box him. They turn him down because obviously they know he's a decent puncher and that. But and Chris took the fight. He's in the position where he has to take these risks to get the reward, and the reward wasn't quite there tonight, but they will come again.
You say the reward wasn't quite there tonight, but from a training perspective, how much will he learn for stepping up into a fight like this after just 9 fights?
He'll learn a lot, but he'll also learn just mentally about what it takes. He switched off once or twice. He made himself look tired, even though he wasn't. He come back out and he was like, "Oh, I just didn't quite do enough in the end." And he knew that last round he should have really gone and stuck it on RIAKPORHE, because he had him badly hurt at the end of the 9th, which arguably could have been a knockdown because the ropes were keeping him up. He was there for a long. Sorry, he was there for a long time as a headbutt the mic. There for a long time, and the referee could have called just a bit similar to Chris's. He was sort of leaning back, but listen, you can't nitpick on these sort of things. It is what it is, and you just got to take it in your stride and learn from it. And I think Billam-SMITH's going to learn a hell of a lot from it, and and it's going to give him a lot of confidence going into his next title fight.
What did you make of the knockdown that was scored? Did you think it was a knockdown?
Once again, I don't think it was a knockdown. He didn't. It was a bit more of a push, and it was sort of, he was leaning back and stuff. But Bob Williams is an experienced referee, and he chose to score it. So there wasn't a lot of. It was a great fight, but there wasn't a lot of clean, heavy punches landed, and I think that definitely favoured RIAKPORHE. But I think the inside work favoured us, and I just believe, I believe Chris won that fight, but. You can't get too frustrated about it. It was 1 point in it, and the knockdown swayed it. So. Moving
away from Billam-SMITH, we also saw OKOLIE with his first fight underneath your stewardship. What did you make of his performance? Very negative opponent in Guadino.
Yeah, I think that guy wore his trainers out, his boxing boots. He spent the whole time running around, and it's a tough one. It would have been much better to have the Jack Massey fight or the Sam Hyde fight. Someone coming in to win and try and get the victory and actually try and take that belt home. But this Argentinian guy just went in, just moved around. He just wanted to get his payday, but probably also wanted to just go a few rounds. And it wasn't. You can't really take much from it. He went out there and got the job done, but he didn't. He wasn't. He wasn't as sharp on tracking the ring down, but he's never going to be a go and get you sort of guy. He's going to look his best when people are coming to win, and unfortunately we didn't have that tonight. But we'll move on, and we're going to be fighting for the European title, and that's a big fight that we want.
Lawrence told me that he got frustrated. What advice were you giving him in between rounds to ensure that he stuck to the plan?
Well, I mean, that's just it. You just got to cut the ring off. I was saying, cut the ring off, and just just try and get that jab off a little bit more, and then because really he could have just walked him down, but it would have just got really scrappy and messy. And the whole point is everyone blames Lawrence for making it untidy, but a lot of the time it's his opponents that don't want to be in there, and they just want to sort of hold and sort of not let him get his shots off. But that's something we've been working in the gym, and once again stepping up in levels, we're going to see the best in Lawrence OKOLIE, because he can punch with either hand, and he's starting to get his jab off now. But it was a bit of a frustrating one that the guy never set and actually wanted to have a go with him, because once that happens, then you're going to see the best in him, as I said.
Spoke to Richard RIAKPORHE, he said that the Okolie fight is of interest to him. I spoke to Lawrence, he said that he stops Richard RIAKPORHE. You've obviously got Lawrence in camp, you've just competed against Richard RIAKPORHE. How do you think that fight goes?
I think styles make fights, and I think you know, Lawrence will, you know, he's a step above RIAKPORHE, so you know, I think he'd easily beat him up. But I want to see Chris Billam-Smith box Richard RIAKPORHE again. That's the fight I want. And you know, Lawrence is moving on to a European level, and if RIAKPORHE steps up and actually, you know, if he wins something at the next level up, then you know, we can see him up there. But you know, I don't think we're going to be going back down and defending British titles and stuff. You know, we're going for a European title and then cracking on.
Okay, well, just finally before I let you go, we were greeted in the last 24 hours of the official confirmation of Luke Campbell versus Vasyl Lomachenko, boxing's worst kept secret. How does it feel now the fight's been officially announced?
Great. You know, it was as I said, it was a bit frustrating that we didn't get it out last week, but I can understand. You know, Sky Box Office, they didn't want to be promoting another event in the following month as a pay-per-view straight off the bat. So you know, we had to sort of bite our tongues, but we've been in training, and we're looking to cause a big upset. So you know, Luke's been so sharp, been sparring him, and Josh Taylor been sparring away, and you know, like he's got the size advantage on Lomachenko. He's got he's got the single punch power on him, and he's got very, very good feet, and so that's something Lomachenko wins his fights with is the footwork and sort of the angles. But Luke will be able to, I believe, he'll be able to take some of that off him and hit him hard on the way in. So it's a very exciting fight, and I'm excited for the next couple of weeks training him for it. And it's going to be a huge occasion for Luke, but I know this is his time to step up now. He's really matured mentally and physically, growing into the weight. You know, and this is the biggest thing you can do. You're boxing. You know, I believe he's the pound for pound best fighter in the world. So we're boxing the pound for pound best fighter in the world for 3 of the 4 belts. It's what dreams are made of, and you know, he can punch harder than Linares, and he's got much better boxing ability than Pedraza. And Linares put him on the canvas, and Pedraza caused him problems. So. Obviously, he's only got the 1 defeat in his record against Salido. We're not going to be just walking him down and trying to manhandle him, because that's not Luke Campbell. But we're going to be setting some traps and hitting him hard on the way in. So and it's going to be here in this venue. So I'm really looking forward to August the 31st.
I am as well. It's actually my daughter's birthday that day, as you know. So yeah.
Are you not coming then? I thought you were coming. It's your birthday in the morning, though, isn't it? And then you're able to just, straight out the door. Hey lads, you know, if you carry the imaginary belt, are you going to come?
Yes.
All right, cool, man. It would be great to have you there, but if not, you know, I know you'll be an armchair fan.
I will be. While I've got you here, you just mentioned Josh Taylor. What's going on with the World Boxing Super Series? When can we expect an announcement for his final against Regis Prograis?
You know, we've been having contact with the WBSS recently, and yeah, they're looking at September. You're right with that mic there, mate. You're prodding me. Yeah, they're looking at sort of late September, early October. So that's something that we've got our eyes set on, and. Yeah, I mean, as I said, he's already sparring. He's doing us a big favour. He's helping us out for Lomachenko. So very, very thankful for that. And yeah, it's going to be a big one. That one, the unification. So.
Any idea where it might be?
I don't think it's going to be in Glasgow, but I believe it could be over here, maybe in the MEN or in the O2. So. I don't really know what they're doing with the undercard. So that maybe they're going to link up with Matchroom and then put on a big show, or they're going to. I don't think they're going to take it to the States. They haven't mentioned that yet. So we're putting pressure on them.
Well, we wait to hear when that's resolved. You'll hear it first on Boxing Social from Shane McGUIGAN. As always, real pleasure catching up with you. Commiserations for Chris Billam-Smith's loss tonight. I will catch up with you soon.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it as always. Yeah, it was a tough one.